to the past. It's a living destination.
Governor JB Pritzker responding today to a comment from former President Bill Clinton. Clinton had mentioned Pritzker during taped depositions that were just released regarding convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Clinton was talking about his flights on Epstein's private plane in relations to his work with his foundation and who he invited to join.
For example, I think it was on one of these trips, I think, that I had my first trip for the man who's now the governor of Illinois, JB Pritzker, and his wife. They helped me get started.
Today, a spokesperson for the former president clarifying that comment, saying 2 trips in 2008 and 2013 with Pritzker were not on Epstein's plane. Pritzker today saying Clinton was mistaken.
No, I had never met Jeffrey Epstein. I was never on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. I was never on any plane with Jeffrey Epstein or with Ghislaine Maxwell. Never met her. But you know who did? You know who palled around with both of them? Donald Trump did.
Documents from the Department of Justice show Trump was on Epstein's plane at least 8 times in the 90s. The president.
They be pushing it, don't they? We all know that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody knew Epstein was with Trump way before the files were released. Like, we all knew they was together and shit. But look, I just feel to bring his name up repeatedly is kind of like, we know this already. Like, it's like a diversion. Let me diverse what he's saying, and let me immediately put it on Donald Trump's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yeah, you know who actually was on? I was only on the plane, but you know who actually was on there multiple times? Donald Trump. Yeah, that's like, it's like everybody pointing a finger at you because Clinton had deposition. He mentioned your name, and then you go and mention this nigga's name, and we already know that Donald Trump was there. Like, that's not new news, and we all know that already. It's just JB Pritzker be playing that psychotic role like he don't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Like, okay. But why was you, it seems like as if they went to the island or something. You might not have been on this plane, but why was you even mentioned if you weren't had an involvement? That's because y'all went to the island. Y'all might had a connection flight to go somewhere else, but you was there. You might have not known the guy, but somehow you have a connection with him. Now, that's neither here or there because recently, one of the Hyatt brothers, they had involvement with Epstein, and they stepped down as the chair of the Hyatt. Yes, but before we get to that, I'm going to get to this. I want to show you this next video. This is basically the full of what JB Pritzker said in that incident about before they just cut it off because, you know, ABC News, they're gonna chop shit up, make it look real sweet. You know what I'm saying? They real biased. I ain't gonna lie with you. ABC, NBC, they all biased, bro. That's if you're gonna listen to liberal media, go to like WGN. You know what I'm saying? They're at least funny with it. All right, let's give y'all the full of what he said after the reporter asked.
Your name got dropped yesterday in the testimony of President Clinton. But I just ask you straight up, have you ever met, been in contact with, or been on a plane either operated by Jeffrey Epstein or occupied by Jeffrey Epstein?
See, no. Let me be clear. First of all, President Clinton clearly was mistaken, and he corrected the mistake to his credit. And no, I had never met Jeffrey Epstein. I was never on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. I was never on any plane with Jeffrey Epstein or with Ghislaine Maxwell. Never met her. But you know who did? You know who palled around with both of them? Donald Trump did. Donald Trump is known to have spent a lot of time with both of them, and yet he still hasn't owned up to it and still hasn't been held accountable for that, and that we should do.
Can you talk about what aircraft was used on those trips in 2008?
I don't know. I mean, in 2008 it was actually a donated aircraft, as I recall, from Google. There were about 25 people on the aircraft, and they were all political types and people involved with the foundation, the Clinton Foundation, including Chelsea Clinton, and other people.
And what about the 2013 trip?
I don't know whose aircraft that was, but that was not, we triple checked, that was not Jeffrey Epstein's aircraft, and there were other people on that aircraft as well.
Be lying,
Were you
don't he?
aware of the connection between Epstein and the Clinton
Oh,
family?
no, I'd never even heard of Jeffrey Epstein until, obviously, the scandal that broke out in, 2019.
What was the purpose of those trips?
He just said that he never even heard of Epstein until the scandal of 2019. I'm going to tell you something that JB Pritzker does that no one probably catches. He talks with his hands when he lies. He started doing this shit when he started lying and shit. But if he's having a speech that he has pre-written and stuff, he don't say nothing. But when he's nervous and he's on the stand, in order to divert his nervousness, he talks with his hands. Anyway, his last statement was that he have never met. Let me just play it around for you again so you can hear what he just said.
Until, obviously, the scandal. Oh, no,
Were you aware of the connection between Epstein and the Clinton
Oh,
family?
no, I'd never even heard of Jeffrey Epstein until, obviously, the scandal that broke out in,
Nigga will lie
2019.
you right
What
in
was
the.
the purpose of those trips?
This nigga will look you right in the eyes and lie to you. Look, and that's why I pulled up this next thing. I just wanted to know because recently on, what date was this? This was on February 16, 2026. So a guy that goes by the name of Thomas Pritzker, I call him Pritzker, you know what I'm saying? And who is actually JB Pritzker's cousin. Yes, not his brother, but his cousin. And he stepped down as the executive chairman of the Hyatt Hotels. Yes. If you don't know, JB Pritzker is one of the Hyatt boys. Yes, that's where he got all his money. That's why he's worth over $2 billion. And Thomas Pritzker, JB Pritzker's cousin, steps down as the executive chairman of the Hyatt Hotel effective immediately on February 16, 2026. Why, we might ask? He retired following the release documents detailing his past association with the sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, stating he deeply regrets his association. Now, look, I hate that people do this. Now, let me explain something to you. If you step down from a high position, a very high position, like executive chairman of the Hyatt Hotels, if you step down, that means you've done something wrong. The documentation insinuates association. Now, at this same time, JB Pritzker is getting into politics. He's not in politics yet at this time. JB Pritzker is not in politics at this time. JB Pritzker got in politics about 8 years ago. So about 2018? 2018-ish is when JB Pritzker got into politics. Now, before that plane trip that he mentions was in 2007, right? So, and he's in there with a lot of, let's say, politicians, executives. He's in the same plane as Google executives and former President Bill Clinton. Come on, bro. And you have no association to what's going on with your cousin, which is also the chairman of the company that you and him and the whole family ran. And then he lies and said, I didn't know anything about JB Pritzker until recently. Come on, bro. I'm going to tell you this thing about JB Pritzker. He is someone that will look you directly in your eyes and lie to you. I'll tell you that. He'll look you right in your eyes and lie right in your face. And the bad part about JB Pritzker, and I'm be honest, he's a clean cut looking guy. He probably keeps shit real cut and clean, so you don't track nothing. If he was gonna do dirt, you ain't gonna find it. Unless you know people that know dirt and they recorded it. He's someone that's clean cut. That's why when Kamala Harris didn't have him as the vice president candidate, I'll be honest, if she had him as the vice president candidate, she could have won, which would have been horrible. But she chose Tampon Timmy. So, because Tampon Timmy ain't clean cut, JB Pritzker's clean, unfortunately. But he's dirty. Let's just say that. And he doesn't know who Epstein is. Yet his brothers and his cousins are all associated with him, and they stepped down. If they didn't do nothing wrong, why do you step down from executive chairman? And then he also said that he's not going to reelect for the company's board of directors, which means he's completely out. He's retired. He's gone. He's not even going to be in the board of directors to make decisions for the company. That's how bad the accusations with him and Jeffrey Epstein is, with his cousin. Yeah. And he has no relationship with him, and nor he never met this person. Yet they're going to the island, but never met Maxwell, never met Jeffrey, but is around all the associates that were around him. Come on, bro. They think somebody's stupid. That being said, man, tell me what y'all think in the comments section. It's your boy Angelo Savage, man. Your boy JB Pritzker is dirty. We're going to find this out, man. We got to stop him. Actually, midterm elections coming in. We got to get him out of there, man. He's ruining Illinois. He's really putting us at the highest debt we've ever been. Since he's been in office, we went from $34 billion in debt budget, and now we're at a $56 billion butt deficit. He got to go, okay? It's your boy Angelo Savage. Tell me what y'all think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace. It's your boy Savage.